What is going on, guys? June here with another Idols Heroes video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the new game mode, the Void Arc. It seems like it's pretty confusing. There's a lot of new resources, so hopefully this video will help you out make these decisions and maybe strategize a little bit differently. So let's hop right into it. The Galactic Tree. This is where you're going to be able to upgrade your tree, which is going to influence how strong your monster pet is. So whether you have a deer pet, a sphinx, a phoenix, all those monsters are going to get upgrades to the damage that they deal based on how much you can upgrade this Galactic Tree. Pretty straightforward. Get the resources, upgrade the tree. The more important one to understand is how you're going to spend your eggs to awaken and in what order you want to do it in. Now, the best egg to get is the somber egg. So anyone that's been lucky enough to get the somber egg as one of their first eggs, you want to start the awaken process early, get it going, and you have a 100% chance to actually get one of the best star spawns in the game, one of the 3 best star spawns in the game. That is the Spirit of Transcendence, the Spirit of Splendor, or the Spirit of Twilight. All of them have great stats to add to your team, and they're applicable to everywhere in the game. And the reason why you want to start with the Somber Egg as your first awakening is because if you look at point number 5 here, you'll see that when you do not own any star spawns, which is most of us, your first incubated void egg will be guaranteed you a star spawn. So once you open up the somber egg, it's going to be guaranteed to be one of these 3, which is the better versions of all the star spawns. Now, it's not to say these are all useless, but these ones come with flat attack, flat HP, as well as a really good all damage dealt at 9%, or we have here holy damage for this one, as well as skill damage, which isn't as strong as the other 2, but still really good because it also has the fixed HP and the fixed attack. So the strategy you want to use here is somber egg. You want to save it, and you want to make sure that that's the one you use to incubate, because you're going to get a guaranteed star spawn that's really strong. If you don't get a somber egg, all you have to do is wait for your 15th egg to use the somber egg. So you just wait around and start summoning the chaotic eggs and the entangled eggs, and on the 15th one, then use your somber egg, because there is a pity system here. The pity system says on the 15th one, you're guaranteed a star spawn. So if you've already pulled the trigger, if you already used a chaotic egg or an entangled egg and already gotten a pet, it's okay, don't worry. Keep summoning and then wait until your 15th one. Wait till you get a somber egg and then awaken it, and then you'll be guaranteed one of the better pets. So next we'll be taking a look at the Void Arc. This is where we're going to be doing a lot of the daily grinding, and Navigation Compass is where we're going to start off. So let's hop right in, zoom out. There's going to be 4 different things that you can explore and that are going to happen on a daily basis, right? You're going to get an empty node where it's just going to give you free resources, and you don't need to use heroes or anything like that. You're just going to get free resources. Then you're going to have these yellow chests, Transcendence Vaults. You will also have these green eggs that are going to be wrecked ruins. And finally, you're going to have the void loads. In my opinion, this is the best place to send your strongest heroes, because it gives you the most useful resources to use in the Void Arc, that being the Innova crystals as well as the crystal ingots. The experience points are pretty good as well. The exploration points, they're useful as well. It gets you on the leaderboard, and once a month you will get a payout. But I think the most important thing to understand here is Innova crystals, really important, and crystal ingots, arguably even more important, and we'll go over where you can spend them and how you should spend them in a little bit. So if that is the best spot, I think the second best spot to go to is going to be these wrecked ruins. You want to send your second best heroes here, because you're also going to get crystal ingots, you're also going to get a little bit of exploration points, but you're going to get stardust, which is going to be used to upgrade those star spawns that we talked about earlier, and you're going to be able to upgrade the tree by using these void nars. So all these resources are very useful. So send your second best heroes here. And the bottom of the barrel, as far as options go, is going to be these chests, these yellow orange chests, these Transcendence Vaults. These ones have some ingots, these ones have some exploration points, but they also have crystals of transcendence and stellar shards. Now you can farm these in the Realms Gate, and you can also farm them in Void Vortex and get them through summoning cores. So these ones are a lot more abundant now that Void's been out for a while, so I wouldn't prioritize these too high. They're going to just come naturally, so it's better to spend your better heroes collecting things from the blue crystal, the void load, as well as the green eggs, which are the wrecked ruins. Hopefully that makes sense. Let's find out where and how we're going to spend these resources we're collecting here. So if we take a step back and look at the Void Arc here, we have a bunch of different places to spend these currencies. So when you have the ability to spend them, where should you be spending them? So the collector workshop is a great place that you can spend them, but possibly it might be a small trap, because from what we understand currently, you can't farm enough of these to actually upgrade the workshop as well as open up another sector. So let's hop into the screenshot of the sectors and figure out which one is the better choice. So this is the overview of the sectors, and you only get access to this screen when you first start the Void Arc, and you have to choose the sector that you want to go into. And when we first start, we have none of these ingots, so we actually can't open up any sectors. So you're going to start in Sector Dusk. That one's free of charge. You can hop in as many times as you want, but the argument right now is, are you supposed to save your ingots for Sector 2, which is right here, to unlock it for 3,900 of these ingots, or are you supposed to upgrade the workshop and then go back into Sector Dusk, farm up ingots again, and then go to the Sector 2 and open that up? And I think the answer is going to be opening up Sector 2, just because you're going to get more resources for the same amount of time and resources spent in Sector 2. So the base rewards are going to be better in Sector 2 than they are in Sector 1. And if you're thinking, can I just save up in Horde 5,100 or maybe 6,300 and jump straight from Sector Dusk to Sector 3 or 4? And you can't do that. They have to be opened up in sequence, meaning Sector 1 gets open, Sector 2 gets open, 3, 4, 5, and finally 6. So for the people that have already spent their ingots, don't worry. You're just going to have to go back into Sector Dusk, farm up 3,900. Just keep that in mind. And then when you finish your adventures in Sector 1, you'll get access to the screen. You can hop in, open up Sector 2, and then start doing your adventures there and collecting more resources. So now that we've taken a look at the different sectors you can open up, let's hop back into the Collector Workshop. And ironically, they're both very similar in price. Opening up Sector 2 was 3,900 of these ingots. Now, to upgrade your workshop is also going to cost you 39 and 50. So they're very similar in price. So a lot of people might have chosen this option because it was available. Don't worry about it if you spent your ingots to actually upgrade your workshop. You are getting some decent value. Your mineral collector cap is going up by 1, meaning those collectors that you're going to be using to go to the void loads, those blue crystals, having 1 extra a day or being able to bank an extra day isn't the worst thing, because on any given day you probably want to do 2 of these, if not 3, and you do need collectors for that. So it's a small quality of life thing. You also are going to be getting a reduction of 1 hour per collector regenerated. So when you start the game off, it's you get 1 collector per 10 hours. Once you upgrade it to the workshop level 2, it's going to take 9 hours. So shave off an hour. I mean, it's better than nothing, right? The more important thing is though is the Innova crystal production and the crystal ingot production. These 2 things are going to get increased. If you take a look at the navigation compass again, we zoom out, we go into one of these void loads, both the Innova crystals and the crystal ingots that are found only on the void load. That's really important to understand. The void loads are the one that get the increases from the workshop. So this number will go up from 2,600, I think, into the 3,000s, and the crystal ingots will also go up to 65. I would worry a little bit if we spent some of the ingots here. It's going to take you just a little bit more time to actually upgrade something that's going to provide more value in the Void Arc. But at the end of the day, again, don't stress it too much. We live and we learn. I think the Collector Workshop is the place you want to start with, or again, opening up the second sector. But let's take a look at the Spaceship Lab. Here we have things that are going to help your PvP on the left side. Very self-explanatory: HP increases, attack increases, and speed, right? Things you all need in PvP. On the right-hand side, it's PvE stuff, so to fight those bosses that we face. On the right-hand side, it's going to be HP, all damage increase, and control immunity. Really self-explanatory. I would stay away from this one. Again, focus on opening up Sector 2 or focus on increasing your Collector Workshop. And last, we have the Arcane Nexus. Currently, I don't think there's any reason to spend any ingots here because you get enough of these to kill the bosses. They're relatively easy, and currently as it stands in the first sector or in the second sector, you probably don't need too many attempts. As we start our adventures in the Void Arc, I don't think upgrading this is the best use of your ingots. All right, now that we understand how to use ingots, right? Again, it's arguable whether you're supposed to upgrade the workshop or get into sector 2, but if you've already done one, just save up for the other one. And if you haven't done either, you can decide for yourself whether you want to open up another sector to get more resources or upgrade your workshop. So we figured that out. Let's go into the central hall. That's where we're going to be spending the Innova crystals to open up more parts of the shop. So the central hall works a lot like the sectors. You have to spend a certain amount to unlock another section. So this is going to be another section of the shop, or the tier 2 of the shop. We're obviously all going to start in the tier 1 of the shop. In tier 1, what are we supposed to buy? So you want to start by saving up to get the chaotic egg, or at the very least be mindful that you're gonna have to buy the egg to unlock tier 2. Same goes for tier 2, and the same goes for tier 3. Tier 3 is really where you want to get to, because that's where you get access to your first somber egg. So for all those people that are low rolling, that are unlucky, that haven't been able to track down their first somber egg, don't worry, there's a pity system, and we can use that pity system with the shop. Combine the two to guarantee ourselves one of the better star spawn. Be mindful of the fact that 100,000 of these Innova crystals is going to be required per tier. So every single time you unlock the next tier of the shop, make sure that you're going to have 100,000 to buy the egg. Once you buy the egg, what you do with the rest is really up to you, but my recommendation is going to be, again, get the resources that are most scarce, right? Right now, you can get yourself stellar shards, you can get yourself crystals of transcendences, but the two resources that are going to be the biggest bottleneck are going to be stardust, which is going to let you upgrade those star spawns you get, as well as increasing your galactic tree. So I would highly recommending maxing the stardust, maxing the void gnar, and case by case just figuring out, do you need a little bit more stellar shards or do you need a little bit more crystal transcendences for your overall account progress. So if you guys want a more data-driven, number-oriented way of looking at the shop, Vince has put together this awesome resource where you can actually input the things that you want to buy, and then it can actually tell you how many things you can purchase to unlock the next tier. You can also take a peek at how much these things are going to cost at shop tier 2, shop tier 3, and so on. So again, thank you so much, Vince, for this awesome resource. If you guys want the link, it's going to be in the description box below, and you can just input, I'm going to buy an egg, I'm going to buy 10 of these, 10 of these, and 8 of these, and that's going to turn out to be 132,000, exactly what you need to open up tier 2, and then you can kind of plan your shopping list of how you're going to progress through the different tiers of the shop. That pretty much wraps up what I wanted to say about the Void Arc. It's a brand new game mode. It's pretty confusing. There's a lot of new resources, and there's definitely different ways to approach it. If you guys have any cool strategies or something I may have overlooked, please feel free to drop them in the comment box below. If you got any questions, do that there as well. Thank you so much for the continued support, guys, and we'll check you guys in the next one. Peace.